Hello everybody, I'm Ashlee Norman. I specialize in lived-in blonde. I'm super excited today because I'm gonna get to show you how to use the TBH to create a lived-in blonde on a natural level 4 with 25% gray, previously tinted to level 4 exposed contributing pigment, red and orange. It's gonna be a challenge, but let's do this thing. My lovely model Vanessa. We're gonna actually start with a haircut because I believe haircut and color is a marriage, and every great color starts with a great haircut. Friends, we just finished our haircut and now we're about to start our color placement. As you can see, we already have her sectioned off. We're going to be doing my lock stitch foilyage pattern. It's all the ribbons, baby lights and zigzag teasy lights. Let's do this thing. All right, friends, we finished all the bleach work on our beautiful model, Vanessa. So all the hard work is done, and now we can do the fun part. We're gonna be doing a color melt with TBH, True, Beautiful, Honest. My friends, this is a very special technique. I call this hybrid toning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of things here. We're actually going to shift her natural base to soften the contrast between the dark natural base and the highlighted hair, at the same time as shadow rooting, gray blending, and toning. So 4 things in one process. So I call this hybrid toning because you're basically taking a permanent color, but you're intermixing it with my secret weapon, AKA tone softener. So tone softener, what is it? Well, if you intermix it with a permanent color, it drops the pH and it dilutes the opacity to get a more translucent deposit, less exposure of warmth. I can still shift the base, I can still translucently cover the gray hair at the same time as shadow rooting without opaque lines of demarcation or too much exposure of warmth. Let's get to it, friends. All right, let me tell you about my TBH formulations. I have 3 different formulas from darker to lighter. We have a level 6 and a level 5 here. This is gonna be her root shadow behind the money piece. This is also going to be what's going to create that gray blending at the root. Then we have a mid-tone here. This mid-tone is levels 6 and levels 7. This mid-tone is also gonna double up as the shadow root at the money piece. Then we have the final formulation that's gonna be pulled through the mid-lengths and the ends. These 3 formulas are basically gonna create a level 9. We have a 10, a 9, and an 8 mixed equal parts. Now all 3 of these formulations are gonna be intermixed with 20 volume and tone softener, 1 to 1 to 1. 1 part permanent color to 1 part 20 volume to 1 part tone softener. The reason being is because we are addressing, she has a natural level 4 with some gray. So we do want to see some shift in the natural base, which is why I'm choosing the 20 volume as well as translucently gray coverage. But we don't want to create opaque lines of demarcation with the shadow root. We also don't want to create too much brassy exposure of warmth in the natural level 4 base. So we are using the tone softener to do 2 things. Number 1, this tone softener is going to dilute the opacity. Again, no opaque lines of demarcation. Number 2, it's also going to take down some of the ammonia content. So you're going to have less exposure of warmth, less lift. I'm actually going to start applying this formula in the front first. So I'm going to be using old school perm papers. What this is gonna do is it's isolating the money piece from the color in the back of the head to separate out our formulations, as well as it's going to keep the product stuck into the color so we don't have one wiry gray hair that stays out and doesn't get covered. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do the front first, melt that through with just the 2 formulas, the levels 7 and 6 at the root, levels 9 to the mid-lengths and ends. In the back, behind the money piece, we're gonna go 5, 6, 7 into the 9. Guys, here's our final results. I hope you love this. I'm super obsessed. We have a gorgeous lived-in low maintenance blonde here on our lovely Vanessa. As you can see, we did a lot. Not only did we lighten up her hair, but we also used that color melt, that TBH, for that hybrid toning technique to shift her natural dark base. So now she has a milk chocolate blended with a white chocolate. I just love this effect. Gray blending, shiny, gorgeous. If you guys enjoyed this video, you can find me on Instagram at Ashlee Norman Hair. I have online and in-person education, so you can come and see me on the road or online. Thank you so much for watching.